He actually done him his own game, didn't he? I think he took the wind out of his sail. He just went, well, you could see him visibly sort of straightened up a bit.
Pro boxing fans here in Riyadh. Frank, this place brings back memories from last time we were here, where this place was filled with celebrities and legends downstairs in the gala dinner. Brings back good memories. How are you, sir?
I'm good, yeah, I'm good. It's been quite an eventful and some ways surprising week, but it's been full on, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I think we're going to get some great fights there, and I think we're going to get some drama, and I generally do believe there'll be some upsets.
I do want to go a few months back, and when Fury and Ngannou was getting announced, you called it a game changer, and a lot of people looked up at it and said, why? You know, we've seen a boxer fight, an MMA fighter before, we've seen fights in Saudi Arabia, what's changed? Come down a couple of months later and we realised that maybe you were talking about the bigger picture. There were bigger things going on behind the scenes. Was that what you were alluding to, that we're going to see these big cards, we're going to see all these promoters get together?
It was, because, you know, I'd had the meetings, and I was, you know, and certainly speaking with His Excellency and hearing the you know, what his views were about the sport and his visions and the vision, you know, and obviously the ambitions that we have and they have as for Riyadh season, I knew it would be something special, and it's actually turning into more than I thought it would be. It's a game changer.
It's a double game changer. Let's talk about the Day of Reckoning and the fights. Well, we've got to start from the top. I do want to talk about Anthony Joshua to start off with. A lot of talk about Anthony. He seems to be scrutinised, put under a microscope, a lot like Tyson Fury is, you know, high-profile fighters. Do you feel like Anthony and Tyson do get put under the microscope a lot more than a lot of other fighters?
Yeah, of course they do. They're the top of their game. They're big money earners. They're celebrities. As far as Tyson's concerned, I mean, he's in reality shows. He's in all sorts of different things. He's got books out. He's even made a Christmas album last year. He's all over the place as far as visibility. So of course people are interested in him. Of course he'd be under the microscope, as is the same with AJ or any top sportsman. Part of the game. That's what, you know, you earn big money, and the way you earn big money is because the public are paying and subscribing to your talent, paying to watch it.
A lot of people are talking about Anthony's mental state, and you know, he's been questioned about it, you know, and even with Tyson Fury at the time when he was at the top, people talk about his mental state as well. What do you make of all this talk about Anthony's mental state, and will we get to see more of an insight on Saturday night?
I can't answer that question really, because I don't know him. This is the first time I've been anywhere near him for a fight, so I mean, only the people around him can say what he actually is, where his head is at the moment, and everybody seems to be pretty positive. His camp, the ones I'm speaking to, Ben Davison, who I know very well, he's really pleased the way things are going. So we'll see, but you know, the proof of the pudding will be on Saturday when that first bell goes, and him and Wallin come out, touch gloves, and get it on. And you're going to see, you'll see exactly what he is. You know, has he got a future in the sport? Has he still got it? Or is it gone? Who knows? No one knows that. The only person who knows is him. And he'll be the first to know once he's in that ring.
Otto Wallin, confidence. We saw that in the press conference yesterday. Look, he's not here to lay down potential banana skin for AJ.
It is a potential banana skin because he's got ambition, and he knows by beating him that he's going to propel himself into the real big time. You know, next year there's going to be some big fights on out here, and he wants to be part of it. He wants to be part of this heavyweight scene that's blossoming, and the big paydays that will come for the guys who come through. So he is a banana skin. Anyone now who's got any ambition can be a banana skin for any of the guys who are on the A side of the card.
Deontay Wilder, you spent a bit of time with him doing the promo. Seems like a fun character. How was that with Deontay?
He's good. He was. I mean, I did enjoy it. He was really good fun, and he got into the groove of it. He enjoyed it like all of us did. I mean, you know, we're like a load of kids. I mean, I'm a bit too old to be doing stuff like this. I think the only reason they got me in it because they didn't want to have to use so much makeup. But it was good fun.
Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker, what a fight. A great fight. Parker's been active, Deontay hasn't. There's big question marks on that. Brings a lot more intrigue into the fight.
I think so. Exactly. You can apply what I said about the fight between AJ and Wallin to this one too. It's exactly the same situation, and they are, you know, he fancies the job, Joseph Parker, and he's not the guy who comes to make up the numbers. He always comes to fight, and he's been a winning fighter. He's a former world champion, exactly the same as Deontay is. They're both former world champions.
There's a lot of talk about ages. He did his interview with TNT with Laura Woods, and there's a few interesting bits he brought in regards to that. And Carl Froch goes, listen, he's grown a set of knackers. He's going after Fury now. He did call him a dosser and said bodybuilders up. What did you make of AJ's comments in that?
What did he say again?
He said bodybuilders should have won that fight. As in, he's been criticised for being a bodybuilder. He said Ngannou's a good bodybuilder. He should have won that fight. Bodybuilders up, dossers down. That's what he said.
Well, he didn't win the fight, did he? You know, he got knocked down, and that was it. And he got up and done what he done, Tyson. He done what AJ didn't do. He got knocked down. He got up and come through and won.
Fair enough.
That's what dossers do.
Fury Usyk, I do want to go on. You're pulling out these cards like crazy, Frank, and the next one is going to be probably the biggest fight that we're going to have seen in a long time. When it comes to fights, it's a superstar fight. Tyson Fury, have you spoke to him? How is he? How's things?
He's training very well. He's up there training with a few guys, one of them being Moses at Atumia, and Moses has really enjoyed it. He said it's been you know, how good Tyson is, what a really clever and smart fighter he is, and he's doing well. All the reports back. You only got to look at him. He looks a little bit different in himself. Couple of videos I've seen. But he's in a good place, and he knows what he's going to do, and he's taking this. Obviously, it's a very serious fight. This is, for me, is a very very crucial moment in his career. He's actually coming out here and basing himself here as of New Year's Eve, so it's not even New Year at home.
I do want to allude to that. I think John Fury, and you've obviously spoken about this, where he's called the last camp a bit of a circus. Do you feel like Tyson has to take this one? If that is the case, obviously I don't know, maybe yourself doesn't know, but maybe he has to take this one a lot more seriously.
I don't hang out around the camp, so I can't tell you what goes on within the camp. All I know, my observation of the fight was that, as I said, this fella, everybody was writing him off, Ngannou, and as I said all along, I said, you know he can whack. You could see his punch because he put Tyson on the floor. I said, he's not coming to make up the numbers. You know he's the best at his own discipline, UFC. You know the type of training they do, and I mean, I knew nothing about UFC. I'm not saying I'm an expert on it now anyway, but what I've seen of it and some of the training clips I've seen, there's a lot of, obviously it's like cross selection of all sports, wrestling, holding, grabbing. So you won't want to be any of these guys coming on close, especially big guys mauling you and holding you. And Tyson does fight a lot on the inside and controls it. So I genuinely thought Tyson would stop him. I thought it would go a few rounds, but I knew it'd be a tough fight for a few rounds. What I didn't expect is, I'm repeating myself again, that this guy could actually box a bit. And he'd done his homework, and his trainer and co done their homework, and you got to take your hat to him. Tyson trained very hard for it, and as he said, he didn't look himself. There's no doubt about that. However, despite being knocked down, not being himself, or how he looks in normal fights, he came through and won it, and he won it for me by at least 3 rounds. And another factor was, as I've said again on many occasions, preparing for somebody. This is not a YouTuber. This is not a guy sitting around, or a nerd sitting around a desk and whatever. These are guys, Ngannou's a proper athlete. They're fighters. Got a winning mentality, a fighter's mentality, and you know that going into that fight, you got a feeling what you expect. You expect an MMA fighter to stand a little bit more square on. He did, and he actually shaped up like a boxer. That switch hitting. There's no footage of that. So, it's what you prepare for. If Tyson fought him again, which he probably will do, there'll be, I'm quite sure it'll approach it differently, and I'm sure it'll be a different outcome.
Actually, I do want to talk about your guy, Daniel Dubois. Yesterday was he got the crowd going.
Yeah.
Everyone was in a good mood. Even Eddie said, "Listen, I'm going to be supporting Daniel." That was it was great by Daniel. What did you make of Daniel's comments and just the back and forth? That fight seems to have caught fire, and a lot of people online seem to be attracted to that fight as well.
Well, it is a fight. I mean, I've said all along that this is a make or break for him, and he's always done his talking in the ring with his fist. That's how he's been. And for this particular fight, you're in with a guy who's an expert at the one-liners and the trash talk and everything. He's really good at it, Jarrell, and there is sometimes there's a bit of fun in it. But he actually done him at his own game, didn't he? I think he took the wind out of his sail. He just went. You could see him visibly sort of straightened up a bit. It was good. I thought Daniel was good. That's why I banged the table. Get up there. That's what we want.
But the face-off, look, as much as we all laughed, but when it came to the face-off, you saw the seriousness of it.
This is a serious fight, and it's got serious like the two co-features or two main events. The two main events. It's jeopardy again for both of them, really, because Jarrell Miller, drugs cheat, served his time, got his licence back, cleaned himself up. He's come through all his tests. Came through all negative, so that was great. He can't afford. If he gets beat, it's going to be a big. He's going to just slide backwards. At the moment, he's a bit of an unknown quantity, isn't he? So we will see where it is. Whereas Daniel's coming off of that loss against Usyk, in which was a tough fight for him and Usyk, step up for him, and he's got to go out and show everybody what he's all about now. He's got to show them that he's he still is a contender. He's a young man. He's got all the attributes to come through, and he's got to show them that he's got, which I believe he's got desire and he's got heart.
Do you have an awkward conversation with fighters sometimes, where you have to tell them that maybe this is? You've told him.
I told him exactly what it is. As I'm talking to you, is what I say to him. I wouldn't say something that I wouldn't say to somebody I'm with. Listen, I'm with him. I'm supporting him. I've given him the platform on many occasions, as I do with any of our guys that are with us. We give them the ability to get into the ring, to get into these big fights, and make some money and make something of their life. We do that, and I will say how it is to them. They come in, I say, I thought it was a crap performance, or you done well, or you didn't do well. You need to improve on this, and especially with young guys, you don't want to crush them, but you want to encourage them and bring them through. But sometimes you've got to be brutally honest and tell them what's what.
I do want to quickly just get updates on some of your fights before I let you go. Zhilei Zhang, I saw him talking about AJ, saying, listen, I'd knock him out. But what's the latest with Zhilei Zhang?
He'll fight in the first quarter next year.
Are we looking at Saudi or maybe somewhere else?
You will find out soon.
Joe Joyce, the other big heavyweight.
He will also fight in the first quarter next year.
Okay. And Anthony Yard?
Anthony Yard, the same thing. They're all got fight. They'll all be 2024 is going to be busy years for all the guys.
Can I ask you, before I do let you go, how many shows are you targeting out here? Because I know you're going to be busy. You're busy in the UK anyway, but out here, what have you got in place?
We will be doing quite a number of shows here. I mean, that's the plan, and they're the things. I don't want to go into too much detail, because until it's confirmed, it doesn't mean. But I generally believe that we'll be coming out here quite a bit.
Frank Warren, always a pleasure talking to yourself, sir. You are looking great. You're in a great complex over here, and no doubt we'll see you later on at the weigh-in. Thank you very much, sir.